Alrighty, so I know I'm a day late to this, but I woke up super late and I had to go see my mom for Mother's Day because I didn't get to see her on Mother's Day today. So I was just kind of busy. I already had 3 uploads out and I was like, I don't want to, spam or whatever. So if you've already seen this, oh well, I'm sorry, but I'm late. But either way, we are going over the JP patch notes because it is officially, 2 weeks later for them, and they have gotten the next, they'll be getting the next banner tonight, but this will go up in the morning. So it'll be out by the time you see this. But it'll be coming to global in 2 weeks approximately, and it is a Awakened Mono, which is pretty interesting. I think Mono is a really cool character. As a fan of Metal Gear Solid, it's already been said 1,000 times, but she just looks like she got a ton of inspiration from Raiden, which is kind of funny, or Raiden, but she looks kind of cool. I gotta give it to her. She's got this big, huge, like, metal, sword case, which it almost reminds me of a mix between, like, the suitcase that Dante uses from Devil May Cry and is it even a suitcase? But I don't know. I've actually not played those games too much, but it reminds me kind of like a mix of that and the weird big clunky things that the Attack on Titan characters have that their blades go into and they pull the blades out or whatever. That's what it reminds me of, but it's a weapons case, which is kind of cool. She looks pretty interesting. I like her design. I really like the ponytail, like, haircut. It honestly is kind of cool. But I don't know what to think about her kit. I don't know if it's actually going to be super good or interesting or what. I've heard very, mixed opinions on it. Some people say they think it's going to be really good. Some people say they kind of think it's mid. I don't know. So we'll look at it. She is a green unit, which seems to be a theme lately. It would make a lot of sense if the new festival unit is a red unit to help sort of balance out the meta, because honestly the only like big red unit in the meta right now is Bond, and I don't know if they're wanting to try to counter that or if they just want to let Bond keep reigning supreme as far as the reds go. But either way, her passive is, at the start of the ally's turn, reduces the crit resistance and crit defense of enemies who do not have a debuff by 30% for 1 turn. Then increases the hero's attack by 7% every time this effect applies up to 10 times. My biggest concern is a lot of the catastrophe units put debuffs on, and if I'm not mistaken, a lot of them are AoE debuffs, right? Like, I could be completely, wrong here. I don't use catastrophes. I tried my best to get blue, Christmas Lilia, this one right here, but she has just completely eluded me. I have not been able to pull her, which is very unfortunate. It makes me want to summon on this banner because she's cool, and I still want blue Lilia, but in all honesty, I think this is going to be a skip from me unless I just come into a large amount of diamonds or whatever, because I don't know that I can waste 600 diamonds on this character. I don't think I'll ever get enough use out of her to make it worth it right before a festival. But a lot of the characters, like both of the Lilias, have a debuff where it either removes ultimate move gauge. I'm pretty sure the Awakened Lilia or the Christmas Lilia is a dissolve card, so she can make sure that you don't get your ultimate move gauge next turn. So that'll be a debuff. So that'll kind of conflict with this a little bit. She does have a weak point skill, so she can deal more damage to debuffed characters. But that kind of conflicts with her passive where they don't want to be debuffed, and I'll have to just see how it works on the field, like in gameplay, because it seems super counterintuitive to me, but maybe they know something I don't. They also have Spike, which, if I'm not mistaken, is 2 times crit damage. Because Sever is 3 times crit chance, if I'm not mistaken. And we haven't had a Spike card in a really long time. Spike is just really not a card that they end up giving characters nowadays. But she also has a Secret Technique skill as her ultimate. And Secret Technique, if you don't know, is like Losfane Meliodas or Mikasa from the Attack on Titan collab, which I don't think hers is actually, her ultimate is not secret technique. It's one of her regular cards is, I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong on that. I haven't used Mikasa in a long time. But either way, secret technique is pretty nuts because, you know, it deals more damage depending on how many cards you have in hand. But that also makes this kind of a whaley unit where you want to have high ult levels to get more use out of her. And that is just not something I'm interested in investing into right now. I think she's super cool design-wise, but this is looking like a pretty easy skip for most players, I've got to be honest. And I know that I'm going to get flack from that a little bit because volume control is like the #1 catastrophes user, and he loves giving me, you know, shit for that. But I cannot see this unit being worth pulling right now, right before anniversary. It just seems like a huge bait. But I mean, he lives for this kind of stuff, so he'll be fine. He'll whale out 6/6 on this character. He's not like he's actually whaling. He's just saved up a ton of money or a ton of diamonds to get her. But I think for the regular player or free to play or whatever the case may be, this is going to be an easy, just don't even worry about it kind of thing. Like we just got done with a collab. Basically, we're not done with it, but it's still ongoing on JP for another week. And I think for us, because it's a 3-week banner, the collab is we'll actually get this in 2 weeks, and then we'll whenever this banner comes out for us, we will actually get to see what the next banner is on JP before the slime collab even ends. So I think that there's way too much potential for us to see what the next future banners are going to be before the slime collab even goes away to want to invest in this. So I don't know, just personal opinions. I know, you know, if you're a big fan of the catastrophes or you just want to go for, you know, full-on waifu, I get it. I completely understand because she's super cool. I love the design, and even I've seen the ultimate move animation as well. And I mean, I can show that to you really quickly. We can go here to the JP patch notes and then click on this, and it is right here. So might be a little small, but we'll full screen it. So she jumps up in the air, she throws her weapons case down, she pulls like batons out and like these cool, like, I don't know, blades, and then she pulls out like a scythe or like a pole arm or something, and then she katanas through them. I mean, she's pretty sick. Don't look at my ASMR. But I don't know. Her ult looks cool. I mean, by all means, she's a really neat unit. The awakened versions of the catastrophes, except for maybe Easton, I've not really been a huge fan of awakened Easton. Just her design it's okay, but it's not like super flashy, I think. These outfits look all right. I definitely like this one on the left more, but even then, it's not really my style. I like this regular outfit for her better. But another big thing that they're adding is they're adding a holy relic for Sigurd and Brunhild, which a lot of people, including myself, have been really looking forward to a Brunhild relic. Unfortunately, I'm not very impressed. Sigurd's is a PvP only, so in PvP increases the hero's basic stats by 25% of the basic stats of the enemy with the highest CC at the start of the battle. I know it gets cut off a little bit there on the recording, but I don't know, man. I mean, if you're going against like a really wailed out person, or like maybe they have like a Ludo on the enemy team, you're going to get 25% of their basic stats, which could be good, but I don't know if that's going to be enough to really be good enough. I don't know what to say there. Maybe it'll increase his CC by a little bit to help you like out CC people maybe, but I'll have to see it. Like, I think they'll probably look really cool, but in all reality, that doesn't sound all that crazy to me. Like, it could be decent, but not super impressed. And then Brunhild's is kind of unfortunate too. Only one debuff can be on the hero. Increases attack by 20% when debuffed, which is, I mean, that's all right, but the problem is you're using her in the two creature's nest boss fights. So you're fighting the bird with her, you're fighting the deer with her, and yeah, sure, they do debuff you, and you know, you could get a little bit of extra damage, but those are the only 2 game modes that are consistently damage capped, where you cannot deal but X amount of damage to the boss because it's so much of their HP bar that you can take off, and she hits that pretty consistently if you have her built up right. So I don't know how to feel about it. Hopefully both of these characters are bird relic materials, so I can just farm them out pretty easily and make them, because if these are for the deer, or you need deer mats or whatever to build these, I'm gonna be super disappointed, and I don't think anybody's gonna go for them like right off the bat unless they just really like those characters or see a lot of potential in maybe Sigurd's. But I mean, Brunhild can be good in regular PvE stuff as well, so that is kind of a compelling argument that you would maybe want to make it. But I really hope that they're bird relic materials, because I'm not looking forward to those, to be honest. They're not as good as I would want them to be. There's also going to be a couple of different events and stuff like that going on, because, you know, they normally, whenever a catastrophe character comes out, they normally try to do catastrophe themed events. So it looks like there's going to be like a base building event sort of deal going on for, you know, the catastrophe's home base on this little island that they live on. I'm not exactly sure what these are. These don't make any sense to me. I don't know what these are. I'm assuming they're the pieces that you use to use in this game mode to build up the stuff in the game mode, maybe, because it's a chair, a lamp, and a dollhouse. Or maybe that's not a dollhouse, I don't know, it's like framework or something, and then you use building materials. I can only assume all of this is for the, you know, base building. So it looks like there's tons of different ways to get those little missions or whatever to get extra ones. There is the catastrophe disaster tower going, or no, it's not the tower, actually. It's the one where you fight awakened versions of the characters. Mono's not even one of them, which is kind of funny. For some reason they always put Camilla, because I guess she has a transformation, but I don't know. It's kind of weird. I would have preferred to have seen the new Mono personally, but hey, you know, whatever. You will be able to get a decent amount of diamonds from those, though, which is actually kind of cool, because like the first clear on each of them gives you diamonds depending on what difficulty. So looks like 1 diamond for each of them on normal, 2 diamonds for each of them on hard, and 5 diamonds for each of them on extreme, which is really nice. So 15 diamonds alone from just doing the extremes, which is good. That's half a multi's worth. You do get some free outfits and stuff like that you can exchange for in the exchange shop for it. Unfortunately, I don't have that Awakened Easton, so I guess I'm going to miss out on that cosmetics for her, which is a bit disappointing. If I'm not mistaken, I think in the actual JP patch notes, I don't think he has it translated or put up here, but I'm pretty sure she does have an SSR outfit as well, but you get it from in-game events during the collab. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like in an exchange shop for maybe this event. Actually, I'm pretty sure it is this one right here, because you can see as my DSL internet loads up. It's not actually DSL, but scroll in, please. Oh, this is awful quality. You're not going to be able to see this very good, but you can kind of see this is the weapon for it, this is the haircut for it, and this is the outfit for it. I have no idea what they actually look like up close, because you really can't see them like you can these, but I don't know. I won't be able to get it because, or well, actually I think you can get these because they're part of the event. Like you just max those out, so it should unlock those, but I don't think you can buy stuff in the exchange shop like this for characters you don't have. So the Awakened Easton one I won't be able to get because I don't have her. So that's really dumb that they do it like that, but oh well. But either way, that's pretty much the extent of the patch note. I think that she's really cool, but I think that she's not cool enough, and it's just too much bait to want to spend right before anniversary. So if you really are interested in her, I would say wait a couple of weeks, see what the next banner is going to be before you summon. But as much as I would like to try to get Christmas Lilia again, I don't see it happening, especially not on this banner right before a big banner comes out. So that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry again that it was late, but you know, real life comes in, you know, hot sometimes, so you got to do what you got to do. But either way, feel free to subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you in the next one.